2017 was a very tough year for the insurance industry and the economy in general. Especially in Kenya, it was a prolonged election period, then there was a drought, and so too much uncertainty. And as you know, insurance industry doesn't like uncertainty. So it was a very tough year. So what then Jubilee did was it cushioned itself through the bottom line, the cost side. We became very tight on the cost side as we stabilized our top line. If you look at it, I mean, our premium grew by just barely about $1 billion. But if you look at the cost side, we really tightened the cost side as a way of cushioning. So we look forward to a good 2018. The first quarter of this year has been fairly okay, and we look forward to that momentum to end 2018 on a fairly good top line. And with a very tight cost base, we expect good results again this year, 2018.
Right. Let's talk about one bit now. We get into specificities of your earnings. The total income recorded a 25.2% jump, and this has been attributed to, among many things, high investment income. We're curious about that because you've pursued parallel strategies for growth, and this means a lot of diversified investment. So how are you able to milk that as much as you're putting cash out of the company?
Jubilee Holdings is well diversified in its investment portfolio. We have, over the years, we have had a very conservative investment strategy, and that has helped us to choose our investments very carefully. And so we are now reaping the benefits of years of very careful investment strategy. So because a lot of the income that then came were gains in very good portfolios we have been holding over the years. So even when the insurance top line grew very marginally, the other investments helped cushion us sufficiently.
Right. In regards to your pre-tax profit, so we are sure this could go higher than the 13% growth. 5.16 billion up from 4.56 is huge, but this could go further if you're set to probably streamline on a bit of the operational expenses or expenses in general that you've been having from Jubilee. Guide us through that.
Yes. Going forward, we are going to continue our strategy of tightening our bottom line. A lot of the gains came from the medical side. We are now going to extend this to our other lines of business, the general business, the life business. So everything is going to be a tight ship. And going forward, we have informed our staff of these changes. Luckily, most of them are on board. And I'm proud to say that we are going to sail successfully to 2018.
Right. In regards to the gross written premiums, we're curious about this. This remained flat, 33.94 billion Kenyan shillings as of the last time we saw this, but earnings per share rising. What's the case there?
Our gross written premium stayed flat because whatever gains we made in 2017 was also offset by other losses. I think the biggest movement there was the National Police Service moved to their medical from us to the National Hospital Insurance Fund. And then we also lost the judiciary account. So those were the two that then made our growth flat for the year. We are hoping that we are going to make significant gains in other areas this year and to then cushion us for those two accounts.
Now, you've worked on cementing your position, and we've seen what you've done across the region. Largest insurer, 15.9% increase in total assets. How far can this go between now and the next time we discuss this full year earnings? We'll discuss the final dividend later, but how far could your asset growth actually go if you're still trying to cement your position?
We still have elasticity in the other markets, especially Uganda and Tanzania. The room for growth is incredible. As you are aware, both Uganda and Tanzania have insurance penetration of less than 1%. In Kenya, it's 2.7%. So the headroom in Uganda and Tanzania is still great, and we see a lot of growth potential in the insurance markets for Uganda and Tanzania. We also are seeing, despite very tight markets, a lot of growth in Mauritius, and so our Mauritius operation will grow. So I see in the medium term as making significant inroads in those three markets.
Right. We're experiencing a bit of speculation within the market, or at least given your results. The short-term underwriting business grew by 83% to 1.41 billion. This means that there's some certain realization that there needs to be a lot more chunky or quick-term insurance prospects. So just help us understand that particular department.
In the short-term business, the headroom for growth in Kenya is still significant, especially on the retail front. Jubilee is going to look at our retail operations much more significantly. We see a lot of growth potential in that area because we are going to markets which were not previously served by insurance. And so we see a lot of growth in the retail front and then also the SME. So that is really the bedrock of Kenya's economy. And so therefore we are going to move our focus more from the corporate, and we now move to SME and individual. We have already recruited an individual who is going to drive those markets, and based on the strategy which is already approved by the board, we see great prospects on the retail front.
Right, you've talked about prospects for growth and asset growth on that sense right before when I asked you that. And why would you go that direction when normally we're seeing other industries trying to streamline operations particularly and try to make it as tight-knit as possible? Money is very scarce. Why would the insurance sector be indulging?
We are not indulging. We are just looking at a blue ocean opportunity. Jubilee has seen that there is incredible potential in growth in that area. As you are aware, insurance penetration generally in sub-Saharan Africa is pretty low. If you look at, say, South Africa is hovering around 20%. And if Kenya is at 2.7, Tanzania probably at 1 point something, and Uganda at 0.7, you can see East Africa is still underserved. So we are bullish because the headroom for growth is there.